What is up, ladies and gents? We are back. I am the Guitarist 562 and I do video game guides and walkthroughs. And in today's video, we are going to talk about some of the changes that happened in Throne and Liberty. So, as you guys already know, one of the best things to happen to this game, and I just experienced it right now, is the fact that they're getting rid of the close range, long range, magical hit. All of that stuff is going to be fused into either hit or critical hit. So that way, when you go into your substats, it's going to go straight into the same thing. So as you can see, it's going to be really easy to change builds because now you can have magic hit, melee, or range critical hit carry over. So that affects hit, critical hit, and heavy attack. So if you get one stat, it'll carry on to the other on some of your gear, which is awesome. So they also adjusted the stats of endurance, long range endurance, and magical endurance, and they made it 2 times higher. And the same thing with evasion, with long range evasion, magical evasion, and close range evasion. So again, I just want to go over some of the most important things that are happening here. I took a look at everything and only want to go over some of the most important parts. So right here, the minimum and maximum damage per point have been increased by 20% in the strength. Maximum vitality per point increased from 30 to 45, and increased vitality regeneration per point from 1.5 to 3.75. Wisdom maximum mana per point increased from 30 to 45, and in perception, the minimum and maximum damage per point have been increased by 20%. So that's actually pretty huge. Also, the boon cycles, 6-day cycle at 11 p.m. All boon stones and rift stones in the server are fixed to 11 p.m. Korean time. The rerun cycle on all boonstones and riftstones conquest battles will be changed as follows. So I'm going to go ahead and go over this. They did some changes for sword, dagger, staff, wand, and equipment skills. But again, I only want to go over some of the skills that are important for you guys. Dynamic events. This is important for you to know. The Marin reward provided in the peace zone has been changed to improvement training books of the same grade or quantity. The Merit Improvement Training Books rewarded provided as a ranking reward in dynamic events has been reduced to 66% of the previous level. So that's some of the changes that you need to be aware of. Now, content and system improvements. Let's see. Party. When there's another party member in Paola's dimension, a button has been added to the party list to directly enter the dungeon where that party member is located. There's just some minor changes to the world and party recruitment and guild system. They've done cool things to the codex. Let's skip. All right, so here we go. Arc Boss. The character with Queen Ballandir's larva has been modified to always be exposed. Queen Ballandir has been changed to drop the tradable Grand General's invincibility gators. That's good. So they have some UI improvements, gamepad, some bug fixes. The main thing I just kind of want to go over is the fact that now you can actually get Marins from open world dungeons. And as you guys know, Marins are extremely important because you can make your books from that. That's actually a big deal because now you can actually go and grind as much as you want and have, obviously it's still going to be an RNG chance, but you actually have a chance to get Marins from open world dungeons. Other than that, the main things that you need to be aware of is the improvements to the game with the critical hit and the actual hit. So let's look at my gear, for example. Going into my actual character, you can see some of the gear that I have here. I haven't really been upgrading, as you can see, but critical hit 150. It doesn't say ranged hit. So right here, hit 85 and critical hit 95. So that means if I were to switch weapons, that's going to carry over to the next weapon as well. It's not just one thing. So that's going to improve the game immeasurably because now you can make it easier for weapon swaps. Obviously, there's optimal builds for, you know, an actual wizard who's building for wisdom. A DPS is building for, you know, dexterity. There's tanks that build for HP, but at least this will give you kind of like a universal ability to kind of semi-swap. But that's pretty much it for today's video. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. So sorry if it was a little rambly and not as clean as my other videos, but I wanted to make sure that you were aware of some of this stuff. So thank you guys for watching, and as always, stay blessed.